you. I've been trying hard to keep.
I was always a big fan of listening to music when I was out on my bike training. Not only because I thought it gave me extra motivation and helped the time go faster, but I'm also convinced it actually made me faster. But did it really? Did a good song actually make me ride my bike quicker? And would a bad song actually make me ride slower? I think it's time that we did some science. Stefan, pass me the GCN science glasses. What do you mean? You haven't got them? These will have to do then. There have actually been genuine scientific studies conducted on this topic, notably by Waterhouse et al. At the Liverpool John Moores University, where they tested the effects of increasing or decreasing music by 10% on submaximal cycling performance. They found that riders listening to the faster music produced more power at a higher cadence and rode further in a given time, and of course vice versa for the slow riders. But we're not interested in submaximal performance. No, we want to know what effects music has on my maximal cycling performance. So we've come out here to the GCN test track. Although that's a lie, actually. We've just come to one of my favourite roads in the Cotswolds. So what is the test? Well, I'm going to be doing 3 7-minute maximum efforts. Effort number 1 will be the control, and that will be done to no music, which sounds a little bit like... Yeah, you get the idea. Effort number 2 will be done to the slow music, and that sounds like this. And then effort number 3 will be done to the faster music, and that sounds a little bit like this. And yes, I am now regretting suggesting 7-minute efforts. It started out at 2 minutes, and for some reason we thought it would be a good idea to increase it to 7, and it seemed like a great idea when I was in the office, but now I've just had a big belly of lunch, I'm nervous. Just quickly, it's worth mentioning safety. Listening to music while riding your bike can be a pretty contentious issue. I think some people worry that it could be a bit dangerous, reducing your ability to hear the traffic around you. Whilst there isn't any law in the UK banning wearing headphones, I personally like to just wear one in my left ear, the non-traffic side. Although, to be honest, I've definitely used both in the past as well. But for today's test, I'm going to be using both headphones. I went to bed really excited last night because I'd sent out a group email to my fellow presenters. However, when I woke up for breakfast, I was really disappointed. They'd all replied saying they were busy. And I'm not sure what it was about today's ride that put them off. Maybe it was the 3 7-minute max efforts. Anyway, I'm now on the start line and I'm about to relinquish my Wahoo because it's a blind test. No heart rate, no power, no cadence, no speed, nothing. So Stefan, you can record from behind me. I'm ready to go.
Right. You ready, Chris?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Sign. You've got no idea how far you've ridden or how hard you're going, other than everything hurts. It is so, you just feel so alone. Like, I don't know the last time I didn't have a timer in front of me when I was trying to do something. Weird. It's so distracting actually listening to that music like that because it was so, I don't know, it sucks you in and it makes you breathe slowly. Nonetheless, I actually thought like I was going faster, which is a bit weird as well because nothing hurt in the same way. Like I found it really hard to push, like genuinely. Normally by the second effort you'd probably feel a bit more awake and you'd probably be able to hurt yourself sooner in the effort. Weird. Right then, the final 7-minute effort coming up. I've now got the fast music on and I do feel a little bit more upbeat, but I'm still apprehensive of the effort because, well, the other two have just been horrible to be honest. Count me down.
3, 2, go.
Rock this! Here we go!
I've definitely tried harder then. That'll be the coffee cake at lunch. Our music's much more in line with something I would have listened to when I was warming up, but when I was still racing. And it's exactly the sort of thing that made me feel unbeatable on good days. Don't get me wrong, they didn't happen very often, but when they did, genuinely, I felt phenomenal. And it all comes from, I'm convinced to this day, having the right playlist, go through your warm-up properly. And it felt like that. Right, I'm gonna nurse myself back to the cafe because, of course, we've managed to base ourselves from a cafe, and we're gonna go over the results when we get back there.
So we've made it back to the pub after 3 hard efforts. Effort number 1 then, the results are 382 watts. This is the effort with no music, if you remember. 172 heart rate, 84 cadence, and 44 kilometers an hour, for a total distance of 5.14 kilometers. Effort number 2 was with the slow music. And that's the one where I found it really hard to get going, actually. You'll notice this in my heart rate, which was 6 beats per minute lower at 166 average. Watts were also down, 359. Cadence was very close though. That was actually 85 RPM for that one, and the speed 43.5 kilometers, which gives me a total of 40 meters less and 5.1 kilometers. Then the final effort, the music, that was the faster music, the kind of music that I might have listened to on a warm-up back when I was racing. 385 watts, so 3 higher than the control run. 176 beats per minute, which is again higher than the others, 4 beats per minute higher. 86 RPM, and then 45.6 kilometers an hour, which is quite a lot faster actually, 1.6 kilometers an hour faster, for a total distance of 5.34 kilometers. The heart rate and the power, they're all fairly similar. So maybe I rode it in a more aggressive manner. Maybe I forced the power on over the top of the climbs and then eased up on the descent. The sort of more focused time trial type effort that you might make if you were doing a bike race and you were doing it properly in a really focused, dedicated fashion. So am I surprised by the results? Well, yes and no. I mean, actually, I found the slow music the most surprising because I found it really hard to focus. I found myself drifting off and listening to music rather than focusing on the effort that I was trying to put out on the bike, and therefore it slowed me down just that little bit. When it comes to the faster music though, I'm not surprised at all. I've listened to faster music in playlists when I was warming up for training or racing for years, and I know for a fact that it works well to motivate me and really get me focused on the effort that's to come. One thing we do know about this test though, is that actually testing one individual over 3 efforts is not enough data to gain a good hard conclusion. For that, we need to test multiple individuals over multiple efforts, and ideally, you do that over multiple days as well. But we have certainly scratched the surface with our findings and discovered that actually music can really help you to get more out of yourself on your bike. So what does this mean for you at home? Well, it means that you should consider using music as a motivator. If you're not confident and comfortable wearing headphones, or it's perhaps illegal where you live out on the road, you can still use them on the indoor trainer, or you can use them as a pre-ride motivator. You can be really clever about this by creating a playlist that actually includes fast music and slow music. Fast music for your hard intervals, and then for the recovery period, you can use the slower paced, sedate music. All of this leads me on to one final question. Do you use music at home to help motivate your training? If so, how do you use it? Let us know in the comments box down below. If you found this video interesting and you learned something from it, do give us a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to check out more GCN Science videos, click just over here.